evening. Happy holidays. I like to say Merry Christ Hanukkah Kwanzaamas. Yes, and Meli Kaliki Maka for anybody that's just come in from the Aloha State. So we're so glad you're here with us. Boy, you all look festive. I mean, this row, come on. I am impressed. Yes, talk about, that's it. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. Well, let us just take a moment to center into this glorious evening, all right? There's been so much, oh my gosh, the things one needs to do, the to-do lists, the expectations, the obligations, and now you're here to really relax and to receive, all right? So I invite you to close your eyes and let's just breathe into the Spirit here at Unity of Santa Barbara. The gratitude of just being alive. The service dedicated to birth of Jesus Christ and the birth of the consciousness that beats our heart and awakens our soul. It is within each of us that this light shines, that the Christ consciousness is alive and well. So allow yourself to let go of anything before this moment and open your heart and your mind to enjoy this service, which is all about the light of the world that is you. And so it is. Amen. So we have lit a candle, and we like to say here, if you just want to put your hand on your heart area, we like to say, this service is all about this, I am the light of the world. Let's just say it together. I am the light of the world. And since you've been brushing around with your family or in the traffic, you might not have said this to anybody recently, but look at your neighbor and say, you are the light of the world. You are the light of the world. You are the light of the world. Yes, yes. Yeah, I know, we forgot it. Yes, we had to get a little busy to say that. And now we rub our hands together, making this great energy. And I know the Unity singers, y'all have books in your hands, but just recognizing that energy that you are that makes your hands warm right away. And we open our hands out to the world, all sentient beings, those on 2 legs and 4 legs and crawling and swimming and hopping and flying. And we know that we are all the light of the world. So we say, we are the light of the world. Let's say it together. We are the light of the world. Yes, it is. All right. Well, perfect. And lots of people to thank for this service. We'll do that in a moment. Anyway, first of all, I want to thank the Unity singers for being with us during this service. Yes. Yes. And so, as it is said in the very fine movie Elf, the only way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear. So I invite you to stand up. We're going to sing Deck the Halls together. And let your voice be heard.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly.
La 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 la. beautiful. All right. Oh, great, we have more people. That's great. All right. So fun. And we do have outdoor seating. If anybody wants to sit out there, we have a screen outside. And welcome everybody online. I know my family's online. Lots of people are online. This is a new world that we're living in, right? I don't want anyone to get too excited, but Unity of Santa Barbara has an Instagram account now. Woo! I know, it took us a while. Natalie, you were a big promotion of that. Yeah, so all these youngsters, whatever. Anyway, so it's all great fun. I'm Reverend Heidi Allfree, and I'm just so glad to see folks, Christmas Eve, these holidays really bring us together and help us reflect on what really is going on in the world, and what this service is all about is really remembering you are the light of the world. And everyone, you are never going to come again. Your presence really makes the world work the way it's supposed to. And then I always want to say, no pressure. But if you're not you, the universe just doesn't work well. So thanks for coming and letting your light shine and being who you are. I want to say thank you to so many people. Natalie Nesh is here with us tonight, as is Kenneth Perrin. So we want to thank them. And we have our trumpet player, Sergio Rodriguez. Yes, so we're glad he's here. Yes, and Kathy McGuire and Noreen Brokey, she's on this little plane, and she's on the big piano. Yeah, and we have Renee Martinez on drums. And what happened there? Somebody couldn't come, and then Renee's brother showed up. Do you stay in the car, and then when we need you? Anyway, and what is your name, sir? Ruben. Are you Martinez? Yes, sir. Okay, so Ruben and Renee Martinez. Yes, and thank you. Thanks for coming on in at the last minute. Life is, I plan a lot of things, and spontaneity is really the whole way it works. So, all right. Well, I'm glad you all are here. We have some more candle lighting to do. And this is an Advent wreath, and it symbolizes the 4 Sundays prior to Christmas, and it symbolizes 4 cornerstones of spirituality. And the first one is hope, and the next one is peace. We can give peace a chance. All we're saying, right? Give peace a chance. Give this candle a chance. Let's do it. Okay. And then our next one is love. And love is one of those things we don't go searching for it. We're not missing it. We're it. Thank you. Somebody here is feeling it. And then we have our last one is joy. And recognizing, again, joy is something that's intrinsic. And it is joy to the world. You have come. There we go. And then tonight we're lighting our middle candle for Christmas Eve. That is this light that is within all of us. And so we have our candle here and lots of light symbolizing that light within. All right. Very good. All righty. So we here at Unity, read the Daily Word every Sunday, but it's a wonderful book that is a wonderful daily practice to get yourself centered, to remember what is important in life. And let's see here, I'm looking at the January, February one because we have those available if you'd like to get one of those tonight. Anyway, but the one on Christmas Eve says the following. It says, I follow divine light toward rebirth and renewal. And we can say this together. I follow divine light toward rebirth and renewal. A new birth is on the horizon as I follow faithfully the guiding light of Spirit. I anticipate the joyful awakening of a renewed sense of oneness with the indwelling Christ presence. I hold the intention today to imagine myself in the Christmas story. What does a journey to Bethlehem mean to me? I look inward. I may sit in silence as I hold this question in my heart. Whether I will enjoy a quiet day alone or a busy day of preparation and activities, I reverently embrace this prelude to rebirth. I honor myself with the gift of reflection. In the Gospel of Luke, the shepherds took no gifts to Bethlehem other than their humble presence, their very beings. Likewise, I bring the gift of myself, my open and receptive mind, soul, and body. And from Luke, the shepherds said to one another, let us go now to Bethlehem. So we are blessed with more music, and we will have that now. So Natalie and Kenneth will sing for us, and sit back and enjoy.
Someday at Christmas, men won't be boys, playing with bombs like kids play with toys. One warm December, our hearts will see a world where men are free.
Someday at Christmas, there'll be no wars, when we have learned what Christmas is for, when we have found what life's really worth, there'll be peace on earth.
Someday all our dreams will come to be. Someday in a world where men are free. Maybe not in time for you and me, but someday at Christmas time.
Someday at Christmas, we'll see a land with no hungry children, no empty hand. One happy morning, people will share a world where people care. Yeah.
Someday at Christmas, there'll be no tears, when all men are equal and no man has fears. One shining moment, one prayer away from our world today. Someday all our dreams will come to be. Someday in a world where men are
free.
maybe not in time for you and me, but someday at Christmas time. Someday at Christmas, may will not fail.
Hate will be gone and love will prevail.
Someday a new world that we can start, with hope in every heart. Someday all our dreams will come to be. Someday in a world where people are free.
May not be in time for you and me, but someday at Christmas time. Someday at Christmas time.
Children sleeping, snow is softly falling. Dreams are calling, like bells in the distance. We were dreamers not so long ago. By one, we all had to grow up. When it seems the magic slipped away, we find it all again on Christmas Day. Believe in what your heart is saying, hear the melody that's playing. There's no time to waste. There's so much to celebrate. Believe in what you feel inside and give your dreams the wings to fly. You have everything you need if you just believe. Trains move quickly to their journey's end. Destinations are where we begin again. Ships go sailing far across the sea. Trust in starlight to get where they need to be. When it seems that we have lost our way, we find ourselves again on Christmas Day. Believe in what your heart is saying. Hear the melody that's playing. There's no time to waste. There's so much to celebrate. Believe in what you feel inside and give your dreams the wings to fly. You have everything you need if you just believe. If you just
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, so great. You have everything you need if you just believe. You know, the way we see the world is the way that our lives unfold. And boy, have we had some habitual ways of seeing the world that turn into habits, turn into behaviors. And Christmas is a time for something new to be born. You know, I think that all these lights and Kenneth's jacket, come on, that's a great jacket. And the way that we put little lights here, and it's extraordinary, all the lights that sort of excite us, and we may go drive through neighborhoods or go on the Christmas trolley or something because we want to see these lights because there's something in us that is what we've been talking about these seasons, is that there's really illumination. And illumination, I asked the group on a Sunday, you know, what does illumination do? It automatically dispels the darkness. The minute that one of us or any of us have this kind of, oh, I can see it differently, that illumination dispels a bit of darkness in your life, a bit of confusion, let's say. I was in Mexico one December, and I was with some girlfriends, and we were just enjoying Mexico, and we kept seeing all these nativity scenes. I mean, they were at the shopping mall, and they were at the hotels, and we were just, you know, we kept seeing these nativity scenes, and there was no baby Jesus. And we kept thinking, this is so strange. We kept looking at them and looking at them. I'm like, is somebody stealing baby Jesus? I mean, this is just kind of scary, strange. And so we got into a taxi cab, and we thought, tried to speak to this gentleman and said, where is the baby Jesus? We've looked at all these nativity scenes. And he said, just like the sky is blue, he said, he's not born yet. And we're in the back of the cab going, yeah, right, And it was such a different shift in, okay, I can get that. And then we started thinking about, okay, so what happens? There's a big truck full of baby Jesuses that somebody drives around on Christmas Day, right? I don't know what that was, I was like, we started talking about that in our strange minds. But the idea that every Christmas, we do similar things, right? You probably pull out that box of, maybe you got those sweaters this year, or you might have had them before. This is amazing. They look like a commercial there for cute sweaters. But we pull out the box and we do our same things. But what is really interesting is you've changed. Every year you're different. You bring a different you to this celebration. And when I was talking about joy to the world the other day, the question was, how much space do you have in your heart for your life, for your own sense of this birth? In fact, some people say, I'm reborn. And I wonder if we can be reborn at any moment. Right? We have had a very interesting time of being in the flow. This building was leaking, and then, it rained again, and it leaked again. And I will be thanking our wonderful person, Gary Adkins, later, who's been here with a mop yesterday and built our entryway here. But there was an interesting time of saying, we want the service to go on. And then I went outside after this afternoon, and there was a big rainbow did y'all see, over the church? And I thought, that was a sign to Noah, all is well. And I'm like, thank you, universe. This is a whole different, so we're reborn when we can see things differently. And so it's interesting to me, the cab driver said he's not born yet. And I was like, yeah, there's a lot of me that isn't born yet. There's a lot of all of us that is not born yet. And so when we think of this Christmas, it's the birth of the Christ consciousness. It was the birth of Jesus and all that he taught. But then he said, these and greater things shall you do. It isn't like, okay, well, that was the end of that. Not at all. His message was, the kingdom is within you. You are the light of the world. So we come together to remember this and to be, if I am the light of the world, how might I see my life? How might I see myself? How might I see the others that are the light of the world? And when you hear, well, he's not born yet, you go, okay, see, I have many moments to be born. Many moments to be born. When you look at your life, I know when I became clear that I was 35 years ago dealing with the disease of alcoholism, that was a very big birth for me to recognize substances made me not live my life, really diminished my spirit. And I think of all the people I've met along the way that have given me a little more information and have loved me a little bit more, and there's a birth in that. I love the gentleman, he said, won't you be my neighbor? Who's that? Mr. Right, yes. And I was watching his documentary the other night, and I'd seen it before, but he said, someone has sung you into singing. Someone has loved you into loving. Someone has nurtured you into nurturing. And to me, that's the birth. That's the way, that's the appreciation of really recognizing that our lives and this birth is always around us, and it's our ability to notice it. It's our ability to say, I'm not quite finished, for sure, but I've been really born. That birth is always in me, and it takes our ability to notice the moment, to be present. So we're going to go through the story that's been told for many years, and we're going to intersperse some of the carols that have been sung. So this is a participatory experience, and you'll see the carols on the screen. And so we'll just tell this story, and I'd like you to recognize the birth that is happening in your life. Now, what is knocking on the door of your soul to say, grow, grow? What is it that is in your life right now that's inviting you to be even bigger than you knew you were? Now, the story I'm about to share is one that has been told for centuries. It's a story of ageless beauty and wisdom. It holds an important truth for each of us and every one of us. On the surface, it's a story of a young woman called by God to bring forth a great miracle, the birth of a baby named Jesus. And at a deeper level, it's the story of the birth of the Christ consciousness within each of us. It symbolizes the birth, the awareness, and the recognition of our own spiritual nature, our divinity, and the awakening of this truth. And you may stay seated, but we're going to sing one hymn of O Come, Emmanuel.
Oh, come, Emmanuel.
A reading from the Gospel of Luke. In the 6th month, the angel Gabriel was sent by God to a town in Galilee called Nazareth, to a young woman engaged to a man named Joseph of the house of David. The young woman's name was Mary. And the angel said, "Mary, you are blessed. The Lord is with you." And she was puzzled by the angel's words and wondered what sort of greeting this might be. The angel said, and it is what is written the most in the Bible, said, "Do not be afraid, Mary, for you have found favor with God. And you will bear a son and name him Jesus. He will be great. He shall be the son of the highest, and of his kingdom there will be no end." Mary said, "I am here, Lord. Let it be done unto me according to your word." And then the angel departed. Months went by, and the decree went out from Emperor Augustus that said every man must go to the city of his birth and register. So Joseph and Mary traveled to Bethlehem, the city where Jesus was born. When they got there, exhausted after their long journey, they saw a crowded city. And we'll sing one verse of "O Little Town of Bethlehem."
How still we see thee lie above thy deep and dreamless sleep. The silent stars go by, yet in thy dark streets shineth the everlasting light. The hopes and fears of all the years are met in thee tonight.
They tried to get a room at the inn. They were told that there was none. Every corner was taken. I've used that as a metaphor for when we get our hearts sort of shut down and we sort of push against life. That's what it can feel like. There's no room. But Mary and Joseph found a place to stay in a stable. While they were there, the time came for Mary to deliver her child. And she gave birth to her firstborn son and wrapped him in swaddling clothes and laid him in a manger. So we'll sing one song of "What Child Is This?"
What child is this who lay to rest on Mary's lap is sleeping? Who mentions feet with anthem sweet, while shepherds watch her keeping. This is Christ the King, whom shepherds guard and angels sing. Haste, haste to bring him the babe, the Son of Mary.
In that region, there were shepherds living in the fields, keeping watch over their flock by night. Then an angel of the Lord stood before them, and the glory of the Lord shone round about them, and they were so afraid. We're going to sing one verse of the first Noel.
First Noel, the angels did say, was to certain poor shepherds in fields as they lay, in fields where they lay, keeping their sheep on a cold winter's night like the snow. Born is the King of Israel.
But the angel said to them, it's written in many places, "Fear not, I bring you tidings of great joy. Unto you is born this day a Savior, Christ the Lord. This will be a sign for you. You will find a child wrapped in swaddling clothes and lying in a manger." And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of the heavenly host, praising God and saying, "Glory to God in the highest, and peace on earth among all those he favors." And let us say he favors everyone, men and women. So we are going to now sing one verse of Angels We Have Heard on High.
Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strain. Gloria in excelsis Deo.
When the angels had left them, the shepherds said to one another, "Let us hurry to Bethlehem and see this thing that has taken place." And they found the baby and knelt reverently before him. Wise men far to the east saw a brilliant star in the night sky. They knew this must be the star that the prophets had said would shine when the new king was born. So they followed it to Jerusalem. In Jerusalem, they asked, "Where is he that is born? We have come to worship him." And so we'll sing one verse of "We Three Kings."
We three kings of Orient are, bearing gifts we traverse afar, field and fountain, moor and mountain, following yonder star. Oh, star of wonder, star of night, star with royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light.
Guide us to thy perfect light. Yes. So King Herod, see, there is always an opportunity to grow. King Herod heard of these happenings, and he called in his chief priests and demanded to know where the child was. They told him the prophets say in Bethlehem of Judea. Herod told the wise men, "Go search for the child, and when you have found him, let me know so I can come and worship him also." But Herod was not interested in worship. He had other plans for this child who might become a king and threaten his power. See, we know if we're the light of the world, no one can threaten that power. The wise men followed the star, found the child, and rejoiced. They fell on their knees and gave him gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. So we'll now sing one verse of "O Come All Ye Faithful."
Come, are you faithful, joyful and triumphant? Oh, come ye to Bethlehem. Come and behold him, for the King of ages. Oh, come let us adore him. Oh, come let us adore him. Oh, come let us adore Christ the Lord.
O holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared, and a soul felt his word. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. All your knees, oh, hear the angels' voices, oh, night divine, oh, night when Christ was born, oh, night divine, oh, night divine, truly he taught us to love one another. His law is love, and his gospel is peace. Chains shall he break, for the slave is our brother, and in his name all oppression shall cease. Sweet hymns of joy and grateful praise thee, let all within us praise his holy name. Christ is the Lord. Oh, praise his name forever. His power and glory evermore. Oh, night divine, oh, night divine, oh, night divine.
Oh my goodness. Took my breath away, Kenneth. Thank you so much, and thank all of you for joining us tonight for this wonderful Christmas Eve service. Christmas Eve candlelighting has been my favorite evening service for most of my life, so I'm so grateful to be here and share this all with you tonight. This is the season of light, as Reverend Heidi has reminded us. We're surrounded by the light, and the light is coming around us and through us as us. It's also the season of giving, and so we will be taking an offering right now to activate that spirit of giving that is within each one of us. And I'm sure later on we will all be sharing even more in that spirit of giving. But for right now, please remember Unity of Santa Barbara in your thoughts of giving. There are many ways that you can give. For those of you who are online, you can find the donate button. It'll take you to Givelify, and you can do that there. Here in the sanctuary, the ushers will be coming among you, and you can give there, or if you need to and would like to, we have this marvelous new way of taking credit cards. So I'll be in the chapel back there with my little credit card, little dealy square, and I can help you out with that. So we want to be a blessing in the world, right? That is what we're here to do. That is what we are here to be, a blessing in the world. We have a Christmas time affirmation. I'd like to say that with you. Let's say it together. I give with Christmas. Yes, let's do it again. I give in the spirit of Christmas love, and I receive in the spirit of Christmas love. And so we do. Thank you.
Feliz Navidad. I invite you to stand. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Próspero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad, feliz Navidad, feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Sing with me. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Próspero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad, feliz Navidad, feliz Navidad, próspero año y felicidad.
Well, that was a lively offering. Everybody's, I'm like, wait, they're standing up. They can't write a check if they're standing up. Yeah, it's fine. Anyway, I got a little ahead of myself, Penny, if we could do this. The idea that as we're talking about the simplicity of the holiday, of being that light that you are, Christmas has been a little hijacked by the retailers. Can we, anybody bought any gifts this season, right? Anybody expect any gifts? Yeah. So this birth that happens for us is really not about anything material. It is the moment where someone smiles at you when you're feeling sad, or you open the door for someone and, that person feels good when they do that, or it's those moments, see a rainbow and feel better. So there's a little film I wanted to show you, and I want you to notice when the little girl in the film has this rebirth of her spirit.
Christmas is less about opening presents and more about opening our hearts.
Had her birth, yeah? You know, the ability to connect her heart was much bigger than the gift of the sweater. Yeah? And so that's our invitation when we're talking about this rebirth, this idea of being bigger than perhaps what Christmas has been sold as, right? That it really is the birth that keeps happening to us when our hearts open, when our minds open. And so we're going to have a activity right now that is all about this light that is within you and keeping it alive. And I want you to remember the first thing you want to do is there's an affirmation on your candle. Does everybody have a candle? If you don't, please raise your hand. Want to make sure everyone has one. Oh, good job, ushers. Yes. All right, so I'd like you to, you can take off your affirmation that is just, do you have, okay, so we need some candles over here for Sergio, and let's see, over here, oh yes. And so let's see, we can even bring the basket if we need to. So Sergio needs one, and let's see, is it Renee, and do you all, yep, and you want to make sure yours has an affirmation on it, and let's see, we can just bring the basket if people need them, yeah? Okay, so we can, yeah, let's see here. Y'all head on down here with the basket. That's great. Okay, so again, raise your hand if you need one or if you're missing the affirmation. So just know these affirmations are all different, and this is specifically for you. So just be with it and know that it is divine perfection there. All right, they say to put the rubber band in your pocket. It messes up the vacuum. Okay, it's a very spiritual thing, very holy experience there. All right, okay, so just you can take that affirmation home with you. What we're going to do next is just a wonderful journey that we get to take all together, and it's going to be lighting the candle that represents the outer light, but absolutely represents your inner light. Now, there is some really specific instructions here that when your candle is lit, you want to keep it vertical, all right? And when someone is lighting their candle off of yours, they'll turn theirs horizontal, and then we turn it vertical again, okay? Do we have it? So when it's lit, which direction? Vertical, yes, all right. Russ is like, I know this, Heidi, quit telling me. Anyway, so we're going to both light our candles, Russ and I, off this what we're calling the Christ consciousness candle. I'll light, Natalie, you're going to be singing, right? Yeah. Okay, you want to, yes, all right. So see the demonstration, yes. And then we're going to light the candles of the ushers, and then they'll light every other row. And you all just take your time. There's no rush here. And then you'll be lighting the candle of your neighbors. And you can look at them when you're doing that and say, you are the light of the world. It's a very good thing for us. You're the light of the world. Thank you, Peggy, for reminding me to do this. Yes, all right. And Natalie's going to sing a song, and the refrain, I'd love for you to sing it. It's called "Go Light Your World." And so just keep it lit. Here we go. And you'll see the refrain up on the screen.
There is a candle in every soul, some brightly burning, some dark and cold. There is a spirit who brings a fire, ignites a candle, and makes his whole. So carry your candle, run to seek out the hopeless, confused and torn, and hold out your candle for all to see it. Take your candle and go light your world. Take your candle and go light your world. Frustrated brother, see how he's tried to light his own candle some other way. See now your sister, she's been robbed the light light too still holds a candle without a flame. So carry your candle, run to the darkness, seek out the lonely, the tired and worn. Hold out your candle for all to see it. Take your candle and go light your world. Take your candle and go light your world.
Beautiful. So this candle, I like you just to look at the illumination. You know, what is it that creates a flame, right? It's energy, it's light, it's a lot of substances coming together. But I'd like you to reflect for a moment on what it is that's being ignited in you. Noreen, we may have just a little music. It always sounds better with a little Noreen music. So I want you to consider what it is that's being born in you, the light that's being lit within you, something that is just yours to know. And as we have this beautiful story about birth, very simple birth, not fancy, not full of bows and ribbons, but so holy and spiritual. And your birth was that, and it continues to be as you let life inspire you. So we're going to raise our candle, and we're going to sing 2 verses of Silent Night. And I'd like you to look around and just notice the light of others, and let us sing Silent Night. And we consider the simpleness and the sacredness of you being born and the continuous rebirth.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round young virgin mother and child, holy infant so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace.
It's like the spirit lullaby, that experience of being able to be quiet together and feel what we don't need words for. So I invite you to hold that light, that remembrance, that awakening, that rebirth in your heart as we blow out our candles together, knowing that your light will continue to shine. It is always there. As long as you are breathing, that is the candle is burning. And so I'll just tell you, when you're leaving, we will take your candles, and or you can take it home with you and relight it. It's a wonderful ritual to do. So we again are so grateful that you all have come here tonight. I want to tell you that we're here on Sundays at 10 a.m. every Sunday. We'd love for you to be here. We're also online. Maybe we could turn up the lights a little bit. Thank you, Russ. He's got a lot of jobs tonight. And so we will be here again every Sunday at 10 and certainly online at unitysb.org, on Facebook, on Instagram. And we're going to have a Burning Bowl service next week on New Year's Eve. It'll be the same Friday night. There'll be a big burning bowl. We'll write down things we want to release. Does anybody have anything they want to release from 2021? Yeah, all right. So there she goes. She goes, I'm running out. But we'll have it's a beautiful service. We'd love you to be here. It's the same thing, 5 o'clock on New Year's Eve. And Lynn, let's see here. Then on January 2nd, on Sundays, January 2nd, we will have our White Stone ceremony where you're writing down something new for the year. So again, thank you so much for coming. You really are the light of the world. Let's say it again together. I am the light of the world. Let's say it. I am the light of the world. And we are going to end our service with the beautiful Unity singers. They've got a couple of hymns and carols. You're going to sing together with them. And thank you again for remembering the light you are and making this world a better place. I'll turn up a little light. And then please join us. We have food and heaters and chairs, and we'd love for you to join us. Volunteers, we love you. All right, come on out, everybody.